What is up, guys? Randomonium here. We're going to be watching Cloud9 versus IMA. This is from the day 4 of the 2016 World Championships. I haven't watched this replay yet. It's the first time I'm watching this game. I'm going to give you my analysis. We're going to be watching it at 1.5 times speed, just so the video isn't that long. And this is actually a really important game for both teams. Because they're both 1-1 right now, and since SKT got beat by Flash Wolves, SKT is now 2-1. Flash Wolves is 1-2. So whoever wins this game between Cloud9 and IMA will kind of be tied for first place and be in a really good spot to make it out of the group stage as long as they do reasonably well in the second week. So the bands we have, Cloud9 had banned out Varus, Elise, Nidalee. That makes perfect sense. You're trying to pinch the jungle pool of a Voidless since Meteos is more of a unconventional jungler. So banning out the Elise and banning out the Nidalee is perfect. And then banning out the Varus, that's a little bit of a weird one. But I do know that Athena has been known for playing that champion. So, yeah, I don't mind that. And they must have seen something that they didn't want to deal with as far as the Varus is concerned. IMA, the champions they banned were Gnar, Ken, and Zac. Those are all fantastic bans. You want to get impact off of those really important carries like the Gnar and the Kennen. And then Meteos, of course, has been known as a very good Zac player, and they pretty much every game they've been banning Zac against Cloud9. First pick for Cloud9 was the Syndra. That's great. That's fine. I don't mind that. For Jensen, IMA goes for the Jhin and the Rek'Sai. Okay. It's very interesting that they're prioritizing the Jhin so highly in the draft. The Rek'Sai makes perfect sense, but the Jhin is a little bit suspect. Cloud9 counters with Ezreal and Rumble. That makes perfect sense. Rumble is the next likely choice for the top lane. And the Ezreal, I think, is one of the best AD carries in this current meta. So, yeah, I like that from Cloud9. IMA picks up Vladimir Echo. Okay, that's not great. That's not ideal. I mean, it works, I guess, but I do feel like Cloud9's getting the better of this draft so far. So it'd be interesting to see, like, they're saving their support as their counter pick, which is very unusual. Okay, I love this from Cloud9. This is fantastic. So they put Meteos on an Olaf, which is not necessarily a very mechanically intensive champion. You just literally run at them and throw axes. I like that because Meteos has been struggling a bit on the mechanically challenging champions like Lee Sin. And then they put Smoothie on the Alistar. I really feel like Alistar is a very underrated pick. So I'm glad to see that more teams are picking that up. Just the amount of disruption an Alistar can cause is just unparalleled. So yeah, I like this a lot. I like this team comp a lot from Cloud9. And IMA, their final pick is going to be Tahm Kench. That actually works really well. That's actually a very good pickup because it keeps the Jhin safe. You can devour the Jhin if he gets caught out. The Tahm Kench has a very good peel for keeping the Alistar off the carries or keeping the Olaf off, though the Olaf can eventually Ragnarok. And then his ultimate gives them a little bit more flexibility in how they exploit mismatches. So I like that last pick from IMA, but I do think the Cloud9 get the better of the draft. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play the early game. But yeah, I can't overstate the importance of this match for Group B. Um, this is super important. This really will kind of set the stage for the second week. So as far as the lane matchups are concerned, Echo versus Rumble. Echo's damage pattern is much slower. You know, he wants to throw out the Q, get the double proc, phase dive in, occasionally throw out his parallel convergence, things like that. Rumble will beat him in like if just the Echo just stands right in front of him and trades damage. And the Rumble usually will auto push. It'll be interesting to see how Amazing J plays this lane. Whether he lets the Rumble auto push or whether he's going to contest that push. For Syndra versus Vladimir, the Syndra should be able to bully around the Vladimir at first until the Vladimir gets a couple ranks in his Q. She should be able to deal a decent amount of damage to him. And then as far as the bot lane is concerned, the Ezreal Alistar versus the Jhin Tahm Kench. I definitely think that Jhin Tahm Kench has the advantage there. I would expect to see Jhin trying to push in the Ezreal and get that like early level 2 and try and take like lane control. But the Ezreal, once you get later, will be able to output more damage than the Jhin. Alright, this is a really smart roam from Road, who's their support, the Tahm Kench. He knew what the timing was for Meteos. If Meteos started on top side, then he was going to finish off his 3 camps, get his level 3, and then he'd be on bot side for a gank right at that time period. So you can see that they both went to Scuttle Crab because a lot of times the jungler will grab the Scuttle Crab, wait to see if something develops, and then he'll gank either mid or he'll gank bot lane. So they were predicting that. They were predicting Meteos to be at the Scuttle Crab, and they're ready to 1v2 him. That's a very good Devour. This is a good adaptation for Meteos. Now he's coming top lane. Looks like they might be trying to set up a dive, but they instantly back off. So the Rek'Sai should be looking to invade here, since they saw Meteos on the top side. He doesn't get anything. Alright, so the Rek'Sai doesn't get anything, and Meteos steals 2 camps from him. So the Olaf has an early advantage right now. He's coming back towards top lane. The Alistar's roaming. I don't think that they're expecting the Alistar to show up here. Flash. Okay, that's fantastic. That was a fantastic play, fantastic room. Nobody would expect the Alistar to show up there at like level 3. Like that's just a very weird play. Like they figured that it was probably a 2v2. And then all of a sudden there's like a freaking Alistar in top lane just all of a sudden. So that was actually a really cheeky play from Cloud9, and there wasn't much of a counter that IMA could have gone for because the Rek'Sai was already on the top side of the map. So they really couldn't do much as far as a counter play. So that was a very safe, like high percentage play. So we see Jensen pushing in the Vladimir. Rek'Sai's coming around for a gank. So yeah, I think that's why Aimee picked the Vladimir into the Syndra is because Vladimir can pool the Syndra ult if she doesn't first land her stun. And even if he does land the stun, he still might be able to pool the last portion of the Syndra ult. So that's kind of a pretty interesting interaction, a little bit of a interesting counter to the Syndra, who can really just blow people up with that ultimate. Both top laners still have teleport. Yeah, that's a good flash. He's popping the Ragnarok. Okay, that's odd. I don't like that at all. That was completely forced. There's no reason to do that. At least just back off, get your red, then maybe sweep around for another gank once the lane resets. But popping your Ragnarok when your Ezreal and your Alistar aren't in a position to engage, there's no point to doing that. Rek'Sai is going for an early Drake. Cloud9 has no vision on it. Yeah, that was very smart. So you can see that Cloud9 is responding with a play to top lane. And now they're... This feels kind of wasted time right now. I actually think they could have gone for another dive in top lane, though it is a little bit risky with the Echo ult. That was a great play by Smoothie. He knocked the Tahm Kench into the tower to prevent him from licking Syndra, which would have set up the Jhin ult. So that really was Smoothie. Smoothie did a fantastic job peeling for his mid laner. Sneaky gets a lot of damage on the tower. Oh wow. Oh wow, that was a fantastic outplay from Impact. I feel like he waited a little bit too long for that flash, but he still made it work. And that just shows you how good Impact is. He turns it around. That was a perfectly placed Rumble ultimate. Wow, that was really well done, and that actually creates a ton of pressure for IMA because now they can set up a dive in bot lane. Yeah, he took that tower shot, and then the Echo took another tower shot. So that was a bit of a misplay also by IMA. They didn't need to take those tower shots. It's good. I feel like Cloud9 is missing like very small windows where they can punish. So IMA is going for certain plays, and you can see like the difference between a Cloud9 and maybe like TSM or some of the other Korean teams where those top tier teams when the enemy team goes for a play on one side of the map, they respond immediately with a counterplay. Cloud9 is a little bit slow with the counterplays. So they're good at setting up their own plays. Like they just did a great play in bot lane, but they're not as strong reacting to a counterplay, right? So if Ime goes top lane and does some type of play top lane, you should immediately be trying to set up a play bot lane or mid lane if you're Cloud9. And you're not seeing that much with Cloud9. So that's something that they can definitely improve on in the future is that they need to be more decisive in their shot calling where if they know they have a numbers advantage on one side of the map, they just go for it, right? You just go for the play, you go for the dive, you force them off the tower at the very least so that's way you don't fall behind. You don't give the enemy team something and you get nothing in return. So this is smart. They saw a lot of people topside, so Meteos invades. It's a blue steel. This is really good. Yeah, so they saw the Rek'Sai top lane, so they steal pretty much his entire blue side jungle. I don't think they're going to get much here. They should be kind of making a rotation to mid. If they make a rotation towards mid lane, then they can push whatever IMA players are at mid lane, and then they can rotate back to the Drake. So they missed a little bit of a small opportunity there where they could have gotten a little bit more damage on mid tower. Okay, that looks Impact's coming in. That's a little interesting. Wow. I didn't think he was gonna be able to get anything there. That's fantastic player knowledge by Impact. He knew he had enough damage, makes a very decisive call, and flashes in and gets a double kill. That's wow. That's very fantastic. That's really really well played. He mistimed that a little bit. Yeah, Impact is really carrying this game. Very goody. Rumble Ultimate. Flashes forward. Well played. Very well played. Video is pausing again. Do not adjust your TV sets. I don't know why the replay is doing this, but it does do it on occasion. I think it has to do with the fact that I'm trying to replay faster than it wants it to. But yeah, he's dead. Yeah, there's nothing you can do there. He might have actually been better trying to ult the wave and kill off the wave. So that way they had to wait another wave to get this push on the bot tower. I'd say that might be like a minor mistake. Yeah, I do feel like that bot tower took a little bit more damage than it needed to. So Jensen should push out one more wave, then probably make a rotation to mid. Yeah. So they should start playing towards more like mid top side of the map. Does Smoothie have any wards right now? They need to start getting some vision in the red side jungle of Vaime. So this is great because that entire wave is dying in bot lane right now. They need to just keep the pressure on mid. Wave clear as fast as possible. And they might be able to get this turret. Yeah, Aime's doing a decent job defending it. Nope. That was a very good chrono break by Amazing J. Nobody has died so far. Yeah, so as soon as that wave started pushing bot lane um, back towards Cloud9, they need to expect that engage from Aime. That wasn't bad, but they actually could have been a little bit more proactive with that. They could have anticipated the Vladimir was going to rotate and try and flank, and they could have actually possibly cut him off. Yeah, there's no reason to force this right now. This tower is going to go down. Right now, what they want to do is they want to just try and get rid of the vision coverage around Dragon. Because Aime has to keep people mid lane because the threat of losing that tower is so huge. And then they can get Drake off of that pretty easily. That's a good Rumble ultimate. Just clear out the wave. You know that your team wants Dragon, right? Your team wants Dragon, so you just ult the wave, so that way the Aime does not have a counterplay, which is to dive the top tower. That's the counterplay when they know that they're going for Dragon. So you're able to get the tower. Okay, that's fantastic. So you get the tower, you get the Dragon, you want to reset now. top lane's reset. Bot lane is pushing towards Aimee, so they're sending the Vladimir to clear it. You're not going to be able to get Baron this early. So now you just want to control the waves. You want to try and get mid lane pushing and then rotating to top lane. Alright, that's very smart. Jensen's roaming up. They've got 4 top lane. They're going for a dive. That really was just done to get him off the tower. So they're able to get the tower. Back off. You don't want to fight this. So the reason why they don't want to fight this right now is they've got the Rumble pushing. They want the Rumble to just keep pushing. The Rumble's got TP advantage. So you want to draw pressure to bot lane. So that Aimee has to send someone bot, and then you go aggressive once Aimee shows someone bot lane, and you can use the Rumble teleport or Rumble can roam now that the lane has been pushed in. There's not much is going to happen from this right now. They're better off just resetting. So now this bot lane push will continue. Impact needs to just push this out. Syndra's pushing out top lane. That's a little bit risky. If she pushes up too far, the Tahm Kench can ulti behind her. I like this by Smoothie moving up, trying to clear out the vision around red side jungle while dropping their own their own vision. Getting another pause for some reason in this replay. So Cloud9 is in a commanding lead right now. They're 4k up, 3 towers up, 4 kills up. Teleport coming in. That's a very odd play. I don't understand that teleport from Aimee at all. Nothing was going to happen from that teleport. Alright, you see Vladimir top lane, so you either set up a dive for Vladimir or you try to dive mid lane. So it looks like they're resetting for Dragon. So Dragon's about a minute away. They're resetting. They put a lot of vision into the red side quadrant of the jungle, so they don't have that much control right now. So it looks like Aimee wants to possibly trade the dragon for getting vision control. Okay, that's good. That wasn't very clean, right? Whenever you're going to try and fight inside the enemy jungle, you got to be really, really careful. They did have decent vision down, but they didn't have complete vision control. They were able to make it work because they're just ahead, so they were able to pick up a kill that's going to allow them to get the dragon. But it wasn't terribly clean. The stun with the Rumble ultimate, well played, good communication. I like that they're pushing out the bot lane right now with the Syndra. Then she's gonna back. Aimee was looking for a play to try and use Tahm Kench ultimate behind her. No, I don't like this at all. I feel like that flash was a bit premature from Road. He could have baited that a little bit more because they had the Jhin and the Vladimir rotating. That's a good dive. Look at this. Like, Smoothie is just tanking. Oh, no, no. He should have stayed and tanked some more. I don't know why Jensen tried to ult the Echo. He could have ulted the Jin instead and probably one-shot him. What the hell was that teleport? Like, why would you teleport there? It's like one of those solo queue moments where the guy starts blaming his team. Why didn't you guys follow up? Because you made a stupid play. Yeah. See, if he went for the Jin, then he kills the Jin, and they get the tower. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand that call. That was a very good dive by Cloud9. I feel like Smoothie could have tanked the tower a little bit longer, and then if Jensen had ultied the Jin rather than the Echo, they probably would have gotten that tower. Alright, so they finally get the tower. They get the Rumble pushing. This is a good rotation. Yeah, any other top laner probably would have been dead there, but the Echo's just so fast. No idea what that engage was by the Echo. Like, Amazing J is freaking throwing this game for his team so hard. Smoothie gets a great pulverize. Um, they can go for Baron here. Well, no, it's a little bit too risky. At the very least, they can. Now they should be trying to prioritize top lane, and then going back into uh, Fog of War and baiting the Baron. There is also an Ocean Drake coming up in about 10 seconds. They could also start going for that as well. Just a question of what they want to prioritize. The Ocean Drake is a much easier objective to get, but the Baron will pretty much allow them to like win the game. Up there you go. Get the pick. So they get the pick on Athena. They're gonna start the Baron. Okay, I like that. This I don't like. You're not gonna get anything from that with the Rumble ultimate. Yeah, so that's good. Push out, rotate to the Drake, pick up the Drake, back by push out lanes. Good. This is very clean. So now it looks like what Sneaky did is he set up a slow push going in bot lane, which will be very useful. Now you push up mid lane, you rotate the Rumble to top lane. Okay, it looks like they're going to try and force this tower, this mid tower. They might actually get it with this next wave. Especially with the Alistar, they can dive it if they try to contest. So they've got this slow push. You can see that Imei's pinging out bot lane because they've got this huge wave massing. And this is actually really favoring Cloud9. So that play that's building up right now in bot lane, that was set up by Sneaky like 3 minutes ago, right after they got the dragon. He made it so that it started slow pushing. And a slow push allows this huge, massive minion wave to hit the tower, which allows them to get this nice engage, allows them to get a second inhib. So when you have Baron like this is what you guys want to be thinking about, right? You want to be pushing up mid, but you also want to have your side lane slow pushing. So you siege mid lane, and then you've got this massive minion wave that you can rotate to in the side lanes. They crack open the base, and this looks like it's going to be the game. Very good execution from Cloud9. Impact played fantastic. He drew so much pressure to top lane. Really allowed the rest of his team to do well. I like that they had Meteos on Olaf rather than Lee Sin. And Amazing J played horrible. He completely threw the game for his team on multiple occasions. He was trying to do way too much when his team was behind. So yeah, well-deserved win for Cloud9. And they'll be going into week 2 tied with SKT, though they did get their asses kicked really badly by SKT, so it's going to be interesting to see what the rematch is going to be in week 2 between them. But yeah, that should do this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was informational. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. The more thumbs up I get, the more videos I'll do. That's pretty much how it works. So definitely show your love, leave some comments. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. If you've been watching a lot of my videos and you're not subscribed, give me that boost, help me with subscribers, get my subscriber count up. And I hope you guys enjoy week 2 of Worlds, which is coming up in a few days. And I hope you all have a great day. This is Randomodium signing off.